In this struggle zone, Bitcoin is continuing the breakout and finding resistance at each one of our lines and support there as well. And if we break here to the upside, what is the next target of this breakout? And as well, Bitcoin has faced its first resistance at the bottom of this 6-month ascending triangle. We'll show you how significant it is, what is most likely to happen next, and again, if this pattern completely breaks out, 100% of what the target of that would be. Wow, and on Bitcoin's weekly chart, if it's able to break this exact key level, we expect a massive eruption in Bitcoin's price. Wow, welcome back to Ooey Gooey Savages. Guys, we have a lot to be delving into with Bitcoin's price as we're continuing the climb and continuing this inching up breakout pattern for Bitcoin. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on those post notifications so you get updated when we upload new videos. And as always, leave your comment below to enter for a ledger. This is not a ledger. Guys, huge. So late last night here on the 4-hour chart with Bitcoin, we continued another leg up, guys. And this is something we talked about in yesterday's video, just continuing to inch our way up and finding resistance at each one of these critical lines. So far, we're 3 for 3 with finding support at some of these key areas. One being coming back to retest this triangle and then getting a nice little break up to about 11,130 roughly, finding support right on this line. And then our next leg was up to 11,530 US dollars, finding support exactly here at about 11,003. And if this pattern continues, we're expecting another leg up to about 11,700 or slightly above that, but then coming back to find support at about 11,700 to about 11,680. Huge. So Bitcoin's price is looking really strong right now. It's actually breaking out again, exactly like we would expect. It's a little bit slower of a breakout, but exactly for the reasons we talked about because of this ascending resistance along the way. Now, this is a channel that we've had on here for quite a long time, and the line so far actually is still holding up very nicely. But guys, wow, most importantly, this is a 6-month ascending channel that we have here that we've really been trading within ever since the crash in March of 2020, right? So over 6 months now, we've been within this channel. And this is super key because now we're above the 21, the 50-day moving average, the 21 weekly moving average, obviously as well. But most importantly, we held support here at this horizontal resistance, now flipped support, which is beautiful, which is exactly what we want to see. Now it's critical that we're coming into our first level of longer term sloping ascending resistance here, right at exactly 11,500. Okay, the next massive level of resistance that we think there will be on this chart is actually right around exactly 13,000 US dollars. But guys, what's most important is I don't think a lot of these other lines matter too much, because once we break 13,000 or we get up to about 13,000, that's big for a lot of other reasons. Primarily, we break the previous high of 12.5, and this is most important. If we break out of this, that's absolutely a huge macro bullish signal. As you can see, if we look on this chart, what 13,000 would look like on here would be breaking us above our absolutely 100% most important level. Okay, we talk about these short time frames and important levels on these shorter time frames, but objectively, this is the most important chart in general for Bitcoin, in my opinion. And this horizontal resistance is by far the most important critical resistance for Bitcoin, especially as we're about to enter new all-time highs. So this, in my opinion, is the absolute last big hurdle that Bitcoin has to break. And if we break this level concretely and come back and test it for support and continue to the upside, then I think all-time highs are basically within our grasp and will be closer than ever to reaching all-time highs. Wow, so guys, keep in mind, I don't think we're gonna get to like 17, 18,000, 19,000, 20,000 and then start exploding. I think once we break 13,000 and at most 14,000, we're gonna start seeing multiple $1,000 pops in Bitcoin's price in extremely short amount of time. Basically, what I mean by that is we're not gonna inch our way up to 20,000. I think once we break 14,000 at most, we're gonna be shooting past 17, 20, 25,000. I think that's when things are really going to get super accelerated and gonna be much, much, much more similar to what we saw here back in 2017, where we start going parabolic here, like we saw at the end of 2016 and specifically the middle of 2017. So for us to enter a period of extreme bullishness like that, basically the last level I think we would need to break is at most, again, 14,000, but really setting a new high around like 12.5, which we had that high back just in August. But even more importantly, back in August of 2019, again, we topped out. We got almost to 14,000. So that's why I'm saying if we break 14,000 at most, then I think we're going to start seeing something like this on the charts, right? If we break 14,000, what I think is we're going to start seeing more like this. I think it's going to get more parabolic. And as you can see, I think that's very much so when we're gonna start breaking 20,000 and keep going above that. Wow, so that's it for today's short update. I'm actually in the mountains, so I don't have a lot of Wi-Fi or time to make videos. But as well, if you're interested in winning a ledger, make sure to comment below. This is not a ledger, but I didn't bring my ledgers with me, so this is all I have to show. But it's almost the same shape and almost the same size. And as well, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on those post notifications so you get updated when we upload new videos. And make sure to drop your comment and subscribe below to enter for the Schledgisode.